You and me are connected in Tukoriada. Another session, another episode, another interaction, another preview on the USA track and field trials, let's say in less than 24 hours. A little bit specific here. So, I haven't talked about the event that brings the stadium to a standstill and then to a big roar. The 100 meters and the 200. Track and field is never what it is until you have that moment of less than 10 seconds, of less than 11 seconds for women. Those are moments that make you and I watch the events, whether we see it or not, in a split of a second or whatever those seconds are. Gun is off, game is over, the winner takes it all. They either stick their tongue out, like Maurice Green used to do in the 90s. Carl Lewis used to keep running. Usain Bolt will do his thing. Dennis Mitchell, disgrace, Dennis Mitchell. Hey, Americans have been known to present or give us the best in sprinters. Historically, we've done that. We've delivered on the big stage. We have Hall of Famers, and we have everybody else. This is a country that has been dominating when it comes to sprinting. I'm talking of 100 meters, 200, 400. Historically, there's no way around it. You can go back to 1968. You know who was doing it in Mexico. They had their fist up, running and fighting. That's how they did it. You remember that iconic picture in 1968, Mexico. Things have been like that for a while. But now the question is America still dominant? Or they are relinquishing their place at the peak of the mountain when it comes to 100 meters, for instance? There's no buzz going into Eugene. There's nothing really that we can say, oh my goodness, what are we going to see in the 100 meters? And the Laura Niles picture that was very iconic when he went WW and ripped up the shirt and say he was there when he won the 100 meters back, it's been a while for us. The question is, other Noah Lyles, who else? That's the question. The Jamaicans have been putting a stronghold on Americans for a while. Usain Bolt dominated this thing for almost a decade. That is still the face of track and field, whether you like it or not. Retired, past his prime, whatever, Usain Bolt still commands respect. He's still a big face in track and field. Understand he has a contract with Puma that keeps him alive. He's relevant. He speaks. He goes to these meets. Is what track and field demands. Otherwise, we would be somewhere in the wilderness, given the fact that some of these professionals cannot just handle the spotlight. Usain Bolt commands the spotlight. I'm talking of US right now, okay? So let's talk of Noah Lyles. Who else is there? Keshawn Thompson, the Jamaican, has been running incredibly well. Noah Lyles was reduced to second place in London the other day. He dismissed it. Well, it's Noah Lyles. He'll come back, we suspect, or we hope, when the World Championship turns around and we've seen him rolling through the rounds. But still, the question is, where is the buzz in the 100 meters? It's nowhere to be seen. Because even when we talk of people like Travon Bromell, he has 9.84. He's a world leader right now in times. It doesn't matter. And I think this is a problem when it comes to what I've been ranting and pounding. We need to see these guys talk to the media to bring us in. They need to draw us in. They need to tell us they're about to do some damage on world stage. We can see the times. We can see that you ran 9.84. Even let's talk of Kenny Benrek, okay? He's okay, 9.86 is fine, but we have a guy who has fallen out of grace, Fred Kelly, who's last time we saw him, he was being escorted by police somewhere in Florida. Talk of disgrace. And then we have Jordan Anthony. And then we have the young and upcoming, which is good news for America, These are 19-year-old, 18-year-old young people like Maurice Glenton, Tate Taylor, and let's not talk about what is this young man's name, Quincy Wilson, the juggernaut, the young, just reckless runner, 400-meter guy who tells Quincy Hall, you can just vanish in the sunset, Quincy Hall, with your golden teeth. I'm here to replace you. He's doing what I call silent coup d'etat in 400 meters. I call it. You know, let me tell you why people like Quincy Hall, the gold medalist from Olympics, run me the wrong way. Why don't you tell people that something has happened so that we know? Because it's a problem. We are just now saying, you know, get out of the way. We got Quincy Wilson. He's going to take care of business, that young dude. So, having said all that, I think there should be a soul searching in America when it comes to sprinting. And I know some people are like, oh, we are just an undercurrent when when the gun goes off, when people are counting us out, we're gonna just come there and dominate as we've done in the past. You can say that. I mean, that's the arrogance sometimes of being an American. The swagger, like, oh, don't count us out. We're gonna come back. Watch us in Tokyo. Ha! Tobago won 200 in the Olympics. Where was that? Julien Alfred took it to the St.Lucien island. So the arrogance is not cutting it. In the women, it's like, where is everybody? Melissa Woodson, I think that's the woman we can always like have as, you know, Melissa Jefferson Wooden is the woman who was the fastest time in the world this year. He did the GST with Michael Johnson thing. That's all she's done. Of course, she had a good one in Eugene, beating Julien in her own game in 100 meters. But that's it. It's still question marks in sprinters, in these 100 meters, 200. Let's not talk about 400. We have no idea what's going on there, other than LeBron saying he's choosing to do it right now, and then we don't know what she's gonna do in the World Championship. So, I think there should be some professionalism when it comes to American athletics and how professionals view the sport and how they give their narratives, because when people don't understand what's coming up, the crowd is just, they're on the edge. They don't have the enthusiasm. I shared with you guys last time. I saw Shakira lining up for 100 meters. Her demeanor was like, I guess I'm here. I guess the gun is off. I guess I finished the race. And that is not a good approach. At least give us something, unless you're suffering some of those things I call injuries that you can't do anything with it. So, 100 meters, I don't know. And by the way, 100 meters is not guaranteed. We got Ferdinand Omanyala from Kenya. He has to say something about that. And then we have Sabini from South Africa. He's had 5 winning streaks. So America, America, America. Arrogance and thinking the past is going to be the present. Sometimes it doesn't pan out. And like I'm saying, we are not having anything to salivate going into Eugene in 100 meters and 200, both men and women. It's just like, I guess that's what we have. Because in the middle distance, that's where the conversation is. The Renaissance. I've mentioned about Americans having their day on the planet when it comes to middle distance, from 1500, 5000, I could even say steeplechase, 800. Americans might have something to say about that. In sprinters, with sprinters and these fast events, a lot of question marks. That was my interrogation subject on this episode of Tukuriada. Did I even say hello to you guys? I hope I did. I'm just buzzing with that information. Take that to the bank. No preview on those events at all. I'm not picking anybody. No, alas, he can win it. Somebody else can win it. Shakira, if she shows up. It's just a mixed bag. I think, to be honest with you, it's like, whatever. But I'll be there. Things might get exciting. Things might change as we move to the World Championship. I hope we get a better narrative, something we can follow. Sometimes surprises are good, but surprises without the faces, what is that all about? Hey, talk to me. The comments. Is America in decline when it comes to track and field, specifically 100 meters and 200, maybe even 400. We have no idea. It doesn't look good. Okay, just me looking at it from mountain view of analysis. Ciao, my friend. The other side of the pillow might be better for you.